Okay, right. Final take of Sketchbook 10, a tour. And this is my first ever video on YouTube, and you can tell, but I don't care. And I'll put like a little like TW before this. It's not like, there's not bad gore in this at all. It's not like, it should be completely fine for people to handle, but just in case you really hate it, like, I will tell you, there's like zombies and stuff, and some people with their guts coming out. And also, it's basically all supernatural fan art, and if you hate the show, you're gonna hate this video. I'm sorry, but at least now you know, and you're not gonna waste your time. It's the Talon's art creation sketchbook, because I just think they're great. Like, I love them, and they're relatively cheap, because then, if you don't want to buy a Moleskine, everyone's like, oh, you should buy the, like, Lexstrom 1917, but even it's expensive, but this is, like, cheaper. Nothing happened here. Little intro page. That's when I started it, so about 4 months. Here are some funny videos, and I turned them into the supernatural characters, because I really just wanted to practice drawing without a reference, so I needed to have an idea that, like, there was no reference for. I had to make it up myself. So this is Dean having a bath in the bin, and he's being filmed, and he's, like, mad. I was just thinking about acid bath lyrics here, but I really hate it, so I just covered it up. This is Cass possessed by Lucifer, and he was just so funny the whole time. Like, I missed that arc. It was so good. Here we are. Nothing really happened here, but on the next page, my magnum opus, if you will. Yippee! It's like a brain scan and other cool stuff to make it cool. This would be better if it was like digital or something, but I can't draw digital. And I want to do this again, but I lost my yellow Prismacolor. This is, what is it? My Bloody Valentine. No reference for this. I was very happy. Just a comic thing. It's a bit more stuff. I was in Italy by this point, because I went to Italy. And also, I went on holiday twice in this sketchbook, and I'd like never been on holiday before that, and I don't know how they both happened so close to each other. So here's the coffee in Heathrow. That's me, tired. Some stuff in Rome. It was pretty great. More stuff. It took me a while to get used to like drawing and stuff, because I was really stressed the whole time we were in Rome, because there were so many people, and I did not speak Italian. I liked it. So by the end, I kind of got the hang of it. Here's Sorrento. This is a fish that I bought for my friend, and some cute things. It's a horse. This is Lego Dean Winchester. I brought him on the whole holiday because I wanted him. This is such like a silly little superstition, but I wanted him to see the ocean because I felt bad that he never got to. Here we are. Holy supernatural fan art, bro. But I didn't use a reference for the dog, at least, so I was very happy. I really like this. An old Italian man saw this and complimented my art, and it was really embarrassing, but I'm still happy. This is the Trevi Fountain. I quite like this. The view from wherever I was at the time. And Cass, like, being surrounded by biblically, like, not biblically accurate angels, but little Renaissance angels. This would be such a great painting, but I just don't have the patience or the skill. Although, I hope like you guys like seeing a sketchbook tour from a really average artist. Because, you know, people have got to be included. We can't all be super skilled. This is Cass. This is a really ugly drawing based on... It's bad. Here's some stuff. There's my little... I just like the way I drew myself here at the end of the day, because it's such a small doodle, but I keep showing it to people. Nothing really happened here. I was just messing around. Here they are again. This is Cass, but he's like fighting in the heaven wars. I actually really liked this because I didn't use a reference for a lot of it. And I did for like the person, but the face and the wings and everything else I did by myself. I really like it. Here's my dog, another dog, and my cat. They're cute. I love this one. Biblically accurate Castiel. This took me like a whole 3 days. And then there's like a border on it that tells the story of like that Sam dying. and then Dean sells his soul, and then he goes to hell, and then gets taken out of hell. And this is like, it's meant to look like a lion, kind of, and also fire. It doesn't make sense, but I like that it doesn't make sense, because an angel's not supposed to make sense, I think. This was just some tickets and my room card from the boat we were on, but that has my name on it, so I covered it up. This is just where I planned some stuff out for that drawing. I had friends on the boat. I know, shocker, I made friends, and they drew me some stuff. It was really nice. A pigeon pooped on my book. Highlight of the holiday, apparently. Here's when we got home, and I drew my dog. He was sleeping in like some bushes, and it was just so cute. Even though it's a kind of bad painting, I don't mind. Here's where I tried to plan out like an acid bath t-shirt, but then the t-shirt came and it was too small. Here's me, more kind of useless. This was an idea I had for a Homelander like propaganda drawing. I think you'll see it again because I tried to do it again and it didn't work either, but it's a nice idea. So this is some of the like horror stuff. I don't know why he's telling me to lock in, because I got my GCSE results that day and I was really happy, but apparently I had to lock in. Here is the season 1 episode, Skin. It's such a great episode. Like, if you love the horror aspect of the show, of Supernatural, then you have to watch Skin. Well, I'm gonna presume you've watched it if you love the show. Here is a skull. I drew this without a reference, so I was happy. This is when I watched The Ritual, which is a great horror movie. You should watch The Ritual. It's like if the Blair Witch Project wasn't boring, I think. Here's some stuff. Another idea for like the monster from The Ritual, and it's like just a really cool thing. Here's more of that Homelander propaganda, but it's just really bad. Castiel. Oh, he's just a baby. And I drew them without a reference, so I was really happy. Well, I don't know if I had a reference for this. I can't remember. I don't think I did. This is my mum driving the car. I actually really like this. Here, I was at a family function and nothing really good happened. I don't know why I couldn't draw much for maybe a week or so. I just didn't like anything I made. This is a really unfunny comic. Here's some really old digital art of Spider-Man. And like a supernatural thing. It's like the Croatoan virus. This is a Walking Dead art reference, but we roll. And there they are again. This is Dean in the cowboy episode. He's just a baby. The one, like, you know the baby meme. You know it. Yeah. I was having a hard time. I know this is a Twin Peaks drawing, but I didn't know that it was Laura Palmer until afterwards. So in my head, it's the girlfriend in Salem's Lot. So, this is Jen from 10-Inch Hero, which is a cute little comedy movie. If you love strange movies, then go and watch it. It's really odd. Some X-Files stuff. I never finished the X-Files. I didn't like it. This is my sister. Sorry for this all being fan art, by the way. I don't really have my own characters or anything, so I resort to this. Here are some zombies that I did without a reference. I quite liked them. Nothing good came out of this page. I don't know where I was going. She looks so sad. Why does she look like that? Here's Homelander. It doesn't look like him, but then I really rushed it. I didn't sketch it properly, and I don't know how to paint. Here's a brain scan, and you cannot for the life of you tell what it is. I know, but we were rushing. I don't know why I rush all my art. Like, there is no clock. No one's timing me. I was listening to the ending of Salem's Lot. So here's the vampire, and this is the dog that they kill at the start. I know. Why would you kill a dog? I actually really like these little zombies. I think they're cute. This is really bad. I didn't really know how to draw with a reference at the start. No, without a reference, but I got better at it further through the book. This is a zombie. I like him. Like, he's just a little baby. Here's some acid bath stuff. I was just kind of playing around with paint. I wanted to play around with paint, apparently. I actually quite like it. I like this skull. Right, I'm gonna have to speed up because this is already a 10-minute video and we're not halfway. Dax Riggs of Acid Bath. A great band. Everyone in the world should listen to Acid Bath. Here is some stuff. Oh, you can see this really bad side profile just so that you know I've improved, because at the end I do better side profiles. It's Batman and it looks so bad, but I'm showing you so you can see the better one. This is some horror stuff and I really like this one. I love this portrait. Okay, here is like Cass stuff. I actually really like this. I just like the way this portrait looks, and I stuck a little nerd emoji next to it. This is all just like ridiculously unfunny comics. I kind of tried to use the same approach for this portrait, and I really like it. I think my portraits got better in this sketchbook, like particularly for like loose, rushed ones. Ew! I'm so sorry that the world is seeing this page. This is the monster from The Smile, and I haven't even seen The Smile. I just thought the monster was cool. But like, I could not be bothered with it. And this is Cass, but I did like half of it without a reference, so it looks so odd. It's okay though, because I like this one at the bottom. This is again from the one Supernatural episode, Skin, in season 1, which is such a great episode. Like, I love that one. This was me at yet another family function, and I wanted to draw myself drawing, but I couldn't, like, I didn't want to draw myself drawing myself, like, I didn't want it to be a loop, so I had to just put unicorns on the page. If that makes any sense. Another portrait, I really like this one. These eyes are ugly. I don't know where I was going with this. More Batman. I got kind of into Batman for some reason, I don't know why, because it only lasted like 2 weeks. This is so odd. I'm sorry to all the people seeing this page. Some creepy guys. This, look up an artist on TikTok called Edible Teef, Teef, and they do some stuff that is like similar to this, and so they kind of inspired me. It's just a creepy guy. I don't know. Don't ask. But I actually really like it. It's like the one and only time I painted in the sketchbook. This is Rust from True Detective, which is such a great like philosophical little show. I only watched season 1 and season 3 I think, but it's great. This is my Batman era for like 2 weeks, and this is Jason Todd getting revenge on the Joker. Do with that what you will. Here's some stuff. I was having a crash at this day because I was sick. Pause to read that. Here is some just little studies. I was like pausing a Supernatural episode and then just drawing whatever I saw. I drew this without a reference and you can kind of tell. Right. Nothing good, particularly. Drew these without a reference. This is where I started to get like kind of good at drawing without a reference. And this was an idea I had for drawing that would be really good, but it was so bad that I just taped the pages together. I'm sorry. Here's more. Learning to draw without a reference. This is meant to be Dean the one time, like, because in his last scene ever, he like reveals that on the first night he waited for hours outside of the house, and it's so sad. So this is that. You can't tell. And these are some people, because I was in Berlin as well apparently. These are my friends. They're so cute. Don't you just love my friends? And this is a guy in the airport who's kind of just aura farming. Nothing much happened here. I played with some new markers that I bought. Again, nothing great. Just a candle that I had to draw on a napkin as well because I had no paper with me that day. Here's my friends in the airport again. I think this is when we were going home. And I love them so much. And this is my friend. There was another drawing in here, and I'm so sorry if the girl who drew it sees this video and sees that it's covered up. I'm so sorry. Here is, I actually really like these. I was playing with my markers again, so I drew Rust from True Detective. And this is Dean in like season 1 when, spoiler alert, they have like a car accident. Yeah. And this is like beforehand. This is Batman. I didn't have a reference for this. Everyone appreciate that I didn't have a reference for that. I think you can really see that I got better throughout the sketchbook. There's a building, some bears. This is that one meme. If you know Supernatural at all and you have Pinterest, then you've seen this one picture and it's just so funny. Here we are again. Dean turned into my like OC for a while basically, and I just didn't draw anyone else. This was just a really ugly drawing. This is a zombie. I did not have a reference for this. Is that not class? Not to toot my own horn, but my own horn is being tooted. Nothing good happened on this page. Apart from this, I like her, and I didn't have a reference. This was going to be another brain scan drawing before I realised that I lost my yellow Prismacolor. More stuff. I actually really like this. I got better at drawing Batman after I copied that one. As you can tell, I got way better at drawing Batman. I didn't even have a reference for that. Here is Dean again. That's me trying to redraw a drawing that I did a while ago to see if I was any better. I played with alcohol markers for these pages. I really like the palette of alcohol markers that I got. So this is Pete from The Long Walk, and I know before anyone like comes for me, I know he's black in the movie. I didn't know about the movie until after I'd finished the book, and so that's why his number's different as well. Because I was going off the book. This is Olsen's death. Olsen's Asian in the movie as well, and I didn't know that. But his death was so horrible. Oh my god. Oh god, spoilers. Spoilers if you're like watching that. Jesus Christ. Well, no, it's not really a spoiler because you know that Garrity's gonna win, right? Like everyone knows that. This is anatomy studies. This is actually a Prycations video where she goes through her anatomy. So I followed along with that. I was following a Prycations kind of a tutorial here. Like on how she draws faces. So these are actually her characters that I copied to practice. And these are like a little face exercise. This is the one time I ever made a character. And I made him in like 2020 and he was so cringe. But I feel bad for him, so I bring him back sometimes just to check that like I can still draw him. He doesn't even have a name. Here we are. I was on work experience actually when I did this page. And I drew that without a reference, so I was really happy. This is so bought. They're really faint, but those are some oranges and Spider-Man. No words. There we go. Love him. Yeah. This is an AU that I pondered briefly, where Dean is like a movie star. And this is them as like teenagers. I wouldn't say I'm like a crazy like shipper of the two. I'm not insane. But I think the little like teenager thing is cute. Like Cass would just be such a strange little odd teenager. And I love that. I just love weird people. So here they are again. This is like, there's no words. It was just a meme, and I wanted to finish the sketchbook. Here we are again. This is Misha Collins in the one really weird Stonehenge apocalypse movie, and it's so bad. But I liked the pose. This is teenage Cass because I just had to pursue this idea. Like, he's actually just a baby. Like, he would just be so strange and like over-prepared for everything, but also like everything he owned would just be in mint condition because he's just so ridiculously careful with it all. Here's some... I was just practicing drawing faces, really. I did it a lot, as you can tell. I do think it helped. Here is some sticky notes. This is actually, I did a thing where I listened to my playlist, and every time I had a song that made me think of a particular image, I would go and find the image. So this is You Know You're Right by Nirvana. And some really ugly side profiles, but compare that to the Batman side profile that I showed you earlier, and you will believe that I got better. This is a little character that I had in my head because I wanted like a Supernatural original character, but she would be like Barbie, right? And no one would believe that she hunts monsters, but she would. And just because I don't have pink markers, she's not pink. But she would be wearing pink, trust. Trust she never wears anything other than pink, and she drives like a Fiat Panda. Here's some side profile practice. This is her interacting with Dean, and he's like, no way you're a hunter. And she's just really mean. Because her personality is like Tina from the one Looney Tunes, okay? And I know who I'm talking about. This is Rowena. Because I loved her. I can't believe they killed her like that. Like, she had so much potential. I love her so much. Here's like a scalpel with blood on it, apparently. This is the same drawing exercise that I did with their Nirvana song. This was Scream of the Butterfly by Asabath, which is a really great song. And some vampires. No, not vampires. Some vampires, really. This is Crowley. I actually love him. Like, he's just so funny. And that's actually it. No one knows if that was a good sketchbook tour or not. It's likely that it was a bad one. But I did it all the same. I actually really like it. I miss it so... Like, I'm gonna miss this sketchbook so much. Well, if you sat through all of that, thank you, for one, and I'm sorry. You can have counselling later, if that's, like... God damn, this is a bad YouTube video, but thank you.